Right. Okay. So in the morning we discussed about the types of update. Okay. So different types of updates in the SQL Server, right? And we also discussed what is the need of patching, when we will patch the SQL Server. Okay. So like an introduction to patching and all, we just discussed in the morning session, guys. Okay. So in the morning class. So now we'll continue the discussion, and I have uploaded both the videos in our channel under batch 52 playlist. Okay, so you can watch it, guys. Most probably in this week, I'll create a Google Drive account, and then whatever classes are done till now, so I'll upload all the classes in the Google Drive account, and I'll give you the access. Okay. So the challenge with the Google Drive is like it will take a lot of time to process. That is the only challenge. Okay. So remaining everything is fine. I'll once I uploaded the videos, you will get an email notification so that you can directly access the videos on that particular Google, your Gmail itself. Okay, fine. So in the morning session, we discussed about the patching, right? Just introduction to patching and all, and we discussed the different types of updates also. Right. So now generally let's discuss the process. In the morning also we discussed a brief about the process. What is the process? How we will initiate the patching in the organization. Right. So generally in the organization, we have to patch each and every server, guys. Each and every server we have to patch it. Okay. So in the either team lead or your manager, or like who is acting as a lead kind of people will be there, right? So they are going to create a list of the servers that has to be patched, because we will have hundreds of servers, thousands of servers we will have, right? So not all with the same version. Some people will use 2005, some people will use 2008, some people will use 2012, someone will see. In our organization, we are using around 7,000 servers, 7,000 SQL servers we are using, 7,000 instances across different applications we are using. Right, we have from SQL Server 2000 onwards, we are still supporting SQL Server 2000. So we have some of the SQL servers will be like SQL Server 2000, some of them are 2005, some of them are 2008, some of them are like 8 are 12, 14, 16, 17, 19, 22. From 2000 to 2022, all versions are there. Okay. So generally, how we will proceed, how we will initiate the patching in the organization, will separate the servers, each version. Okay, we'll create an Excel sheet in each Excel sheet, in each page of the Excel sheet, all SQL Server 2000 servers, all SQL Server 2005 servers, all 2008 servers. Like that, we are going to differentiate it, and we are not going to manually check. Why? Because if 7,000 servers are there, it's very difficult which server is patched with which service pack and which cumulative update. Manually log into each server, checking the bill number, checking selected version will take a lot of time for 7,000 servers. So we will have some PowerShell scripts. We'll run the PowerShell script so that we'll get a report of each and every SQL server, which version it is currently. So we are going to segregate the data. Okay, all SQL Server 2005, imagine out of 7,000, if 500, 2005 instances are there. So each instance cannot be at same level, right? Some instances will be at SP1 level, some instances will be at SP2 level, some instances will be at SP3 level. So like that, we are going to separate it. We are going to separate each and every server as per the list, right? So like that, we'll create a list for 2005 instances, 2008 instances, 2012, 14, 16, like that. Every version will create a list of instances that has to be patched. And then we'll we'll distribute the servers. In our team, we have around 20 people, guys. Okay, 20 people will be like these servers, whatever servers are there. This quarter, we'll plan it for every quarter. This quarter, we are going to distribute. Okay, this 100 servers has to be done by, has to be patched by so and so guy. This 100 servers will be assigned to some guy. This 100 servers will be assigned to some other guy. Remaining 100 servers, like that, we are going to first distribute the servers. Okay, then imagine I got 100 servers. Okay, so what is the first step I have to do? I have to check the application owner. Why? Because I have to take the approvals, right? I have to take the approvals. So I have to check the application owner. So how we will check, Shanmukh? So it's not a SQL related concept. Application owner is like in the organization, we will have separate sheets, separate pages, like SharePoint kind of pages will be there. So our Confluence pages, okay, internal data will be maintained in Confluence pages. So Confluence pages will be there. In that we will maintain, okay, this server will be taken care by so and so, something like Peter, imagine, okay, Peter is the owner of one server, okay, Peter, like it will be like POC or Spock. What is POC or Spock, guys? POC or Spock?
Primary point of contact.
Point
Point of
of
contact.
contact, okay, single point of contact. Okay, so every server, generally, we will have the list of these people, guys. POC or POC, point of contact, in case for so and so application, if something goes wrong with the database server, from where we can get the approvals, who is the business owner, that list we are going to maintain. So in each organization, they will maintain the same kind of list. So what you have to do is you have to check with your colleagues where we can see this information. This is not SQL related information. Okay. Separately, we are going to maintain this list. Okay. These 100 servers will be taken care by some Peter. Remaining 100 servers will be taken care by some Rajesh or some other manager, some other director. So like that, we are going to maintain the list. So I'll check. So what server I want to patch? 192, 168, 137, 253. Okay. 192.168.137.253. Imagine for this server, if POC is showing like this, POC is Peter. Okay. So his email ID also will be there. Something like Peter, uh, something, Peter, yes, at the rate organization, whatever it is, infosys.com, something like that. His email ID also will be there. The sheets has to be updated, guys, regularly. Why? Because people will be there or they will left the organization. If Peter is not there in the organization, this has to be replaced with some other name who is taking care about the server. Okay. So imagine for this server, I can see the POC is Peter. Okay. So now what I'll do, so I got this information, right? I'll send an email to Peter. Hey, Peter. Okay. Hey, Peter. I can see that the SQL server in something like this machine 192.168.137.53, okay, right, is not patched with the current, whatever it is, updates, service packs or cumulative updates, whatever it is. Okay. So to enhance the security, like that, you have to explain again. While they will ask, Peter will ask, even though Peter is a manager or a director, still, even though they knows the impact of the update, still they will ask, okay, what will happen if I skip the patching and all? To enhance the security and to fix the bugs, we have to patch the instance with latest. In our scenario, this is 2019, right? CU23 is the latest cumulative update. Okay. So in the morning we have checked it, right? Here you can see the latest cumulative update for 2019 CU23 with the latest cumulative update. Okay. So patching is a downtime activity. Okay. We have to restart the machine before and after patching. Okay. So kindly let us know the best suitable time or the best suitable window to apply the patches. Like that, we have to send an email to Peter. Okay. Then Peter will reply with the available window. Okay, you can do it on. In case if Peter is having any questions, he will ask the questions. Okay. Like, is it mandatory? What else if, what in case if I don't patch the service? Like that, whatever questions he is asking. Generally, people, they don't ask the questions. Some typical customers will still ask, even though they know the importance. Right. Peter will reply. He will give a downtime window. Okay, on Saturday morning, you can patch this SQL server. Saturday morning, you can patch this SQL server. Like that, he is going to give an update, guys. And in case if he is not giving any time, ask the time also. Okay, Saturday morning. 1 minute, just 1 minute. Hello, Ravi.
Hello.
Right, so in case if you don't mention any time, ask the time also, guys. Okay, and give the window. Like you are taking a downtime window, right? You have to give some specific time, how much time you need, like 1 hour window, 2 hours window, 3 hours window. You have to ask them, guys. Okay, always it's good to take minimum 3 hours window. Okay, so in case if Peter is asking how many hours downtime you need, you can tell like 3 hours I need, but it is going to complete within half an hour. Okay, for safe side, I am taking extra downtime. Why? Because if you are giving only 1 hour, imagine if patching is smooth, the patching will be completed within an hour. It don't take much time, hardly 30 minutes. Sometimes it will take 15 to 20 minutes. But why we will take 3 hours downtime means, in case if it is like if it went wrong, or else you are facing some issues while patching the SQL server, or patching is failing. So to troubleshoot, it will take time, right? So if you take 3 hours and if you can complete in 15 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, it's good only. But if you take 30 minutes or 1 hour and you are taking 2 hours, 3 hours, then it's not good, right? The patching window is exceeded. You have to answer to a lot of people in the change window, right? So it's very difficult kind of situation. So always take good downtime, like at least 2 to 3 hours you can take it. It can be completed quick only, like it won't take much time. Hardly if it is a big server, hardly it will take 40 to 45 minutes. If it is small server or medium server, 20 to 30 minutes max to max. So always take good downtime, like around 3 hours you can take it. Right. Once Peter approved that, once he gave the downtime window, then you have the date and time, right? So he gave Saturday. Saturday means today 18th, right? So 18th November 2023, he gave the downtime window. So what you have to do after getting this information, you have to raise a change request. Okay, what is this, guys? Change request. CR, change request. You have to, not only Peter. Okay, Peter is a product manager or business owner, but in the organization, lot of other people also there, right? So like change people will be there, change management team will be there. Whatever changes you are doing on the server, you have to take the approvals from that change management team. Right, so for that, what we will do, we will raise a change request in the service now, in the ticketing tool. Okay, in the ticketing tool, we will raise a change request, guys. So patching is a change, like whatever you're doing, if it is changing the server configuration, that is called a change request. Patching needs a change request. Installation needs a change request. Uninstallation of SQL Server needs a change request. Removing patching needs a change request. Failover the things needs a change request. Whatever, if it is changing, you are creating some objects, you are changing the server configuration, right? Till last minute there is no table, now you are creating a table. Till last minute there is no such login, now you are creating a login. That means you are at least changing something, right? So that can be achieved using change request. This is not related to the SQL server, but still this is a process that you have to follow in the organization. It's not like once Peter gave the downtime window, you can go ahead and you can patch. No, you have to let your team know that you are patching the SQL server. You have to let your organization know that you are patching the SQL server with a proper workflow. In the organization, you have to follow the workflow, guys. In case suddenly you patched the SQL server, it was failed, something went wrong. There is a proof, right? There should be a track, right? There should be a record that who did this one, why he did it, whether he have proper approvals or not. Everything should be tracked, right? So that's why in the organization we will manage these kind of tickets using the change request, and also you have to write a change request. So once you write the change request, this change will go to CAB meeting, change advisory board. Okay, change advisory board. This change will go to CAB meeting. So every week in every organization, there is a meeting called CAB meeting. Okay, every either Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, depends upon the company to company. Weekly once they will connect. Why? Because from SQL server side, you are doing some changes. From Windows side, they will also have some changes, right? From network side, they will also have some changes, right? From storage side, they will also have some changes, right? So this CAB meeting will represent all the changes from different teams. They will take 1 hour or 1.5 hours, depends upon the changes. They will discuss each and every change. Okay, from DB team, what and all changes are there for this week? From Windows team, what and all changes are there for this week? From storage team, what and all changes are there for this week? From network team, what and all changes are there? From application team, what and all changes? Like this, each and every change they will discuss in the CAB meeting every week. In the CAB meeting, very big people will be there, like directors, okay, VIPs, vice presidents, VPs, sorry, VPs, sometimes even CEO also will participate if it is small company and all. Okay, big people will participate in the CAB meeting. So they will discuss each change from each team. Okay, database side, if you are doing patching, you have to attend that CAB meeting. You have to represent your change in the CAB meeting. You have to talk in front of all these people. Getting my point, guys? You have to explain. They will ask some questions. Hey, Harish, like you are doing this change, whether you took proper approvals or not, they will ask. Yes, I took the proper approvals and I attached the approval mails in this ticket. Okay, very good. Whether you tested this change in the lower environment or not. Yes, I have tested this change in the lower environment and it was successful. Okay, very good. Then after answering their questions, then they will approve finally. So you have to get approval from your product owner or application owner. After that, you have to get approval from the CAB people also. Once they approved, then finally you are good to proceed with the particular change, guys. If they don't approve in the ticket itself, you cannot proceed. Why? Because in the ticket there are different gates. Let me show you, in case this will be discussed again during the ITIL process at the end of the sessions, but let me check whether we have any change request in service now. Okay, let me check images. Right, if you see this is how the change request ticket will be, guys. This is how it will be. If you see here, actually, you can see new The backend you can see, right? Let me check with others. Right. See here. This is new change request. Okay. So you can see the number will be like this. Change ticket number. This is called change ticket number. So when you raise a new ticket, you can see here requested by category, kind of application, the priority of the change, whether it is low priority, high priority, medium priority, the risk, moderate risk, high risk, low risk, impact, moderate impact, low impact, high impact, assignment group, which team is doing this change, Windows team, network team, storage team, DB team, application team, who is assigning this ticket, like who is taking care of this ticket assigned to section will be updated. So once you raised a new change request, once you just fulfilled all the fields, then it will go to SS gate. Once it was like, once it touches the SS gate, assessment will be there. Your team member has to assess, and one person from your team has to authorize this change. Whatever like things that you are doing, okay, in this change, for example, during this change, imagine Windows team has to restart the Windows machine. So in such scenario, this change also need other teams work, right? Other teams involvement also there. Why? Because Windows team has to restart the Windows machine. Imagine if we don't have permissions to restart. Please be muted, Ahmad. Right. Fine. So imagine we don't have, imagine we don't have permissions to restart the Windows server before patching the SQL server. So we have to request Windows team to restart the server, right? So in such scenario, your Windows team also should be there in this change. So people from each team will authorize this change, and CAB people also will authorize this change. Once they authorize it, then only it will go to scheduled gate. If it was once everyone, I mean to say, once all the teams that are participating in the change implementation has to authorize, including CAB people. Once they authorize, then only the change will go to scheduled. Guys, this is the process. Don't think with this ticket I can patch the SQL server. That is different thing. This is just a process that we have to follow before patching the SQL server. Okay, so once everyone, like CAB people, your DB manager, once everyone approved the change, then it will go to schedule. So while approving, they will ask some questions, like CAB people will ask some questions. You have to answer. General questions will be like whether you did this patching in the lower environment, whether it is successful or not. In case if it was failed, why it was failed, whether you take proper implementation plan, whether you have filled proper implementation plan, what is the rollback plan in case if this was failed, what is the rollback plan, everything they will ask here. Of course, we will fill it everything in the ticket itself, but still they will ask. Once they satisfied with your answers, then they will approve this change. Once they approve this change, then it will move to scheduled phase, scheduled gate. So during like Saturday or Sunday morning, whatever your scheduled window is there, then a scheduled button will open here. One button will be there, schedule. I mean to say scheduled, right? Implementation button will be there. That will be enabled. If no one approved this, the implementation button won't be enabled. If implementation button is not enabled, you cannot proceed to do the change, guys. Are you getting the point, guys? So the implementation button has to be enabled in the change ticket. Okay. So once it passes all the gates, then only implementation button will be enabled. Otherwise, if it was failed, someone they didn't okay, they didn't approve your change. They are not happy with your answers. So they didn't approve your change, then it won't go to scheduled page. If it is not going to scheduled page, you cannot implement the change. You have to cancel the change. This is the process, guys, in the organization. Okay. So once it was scheduled, once it was approved, then you are good to patch the SQL Server, guys. Clear? Any questions here, please?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So, so during the the cab call, so people will ask, right? So whether we have done this in a lower environment. So in this case, do we proceed to do this in UAT servers, like
Yes, of
testing
course.
and
Of course, before
UAT? So later
proceeding on
we'll proceed
production.
with the production.
Correct. Before proceeding with the production, first we will do it in the lower environments. But process is same, whether it is lower environment or production, process is same. So in case if it's a critical application, some applications they will have direct production servers. Some applications they will have like non-prod servers, then production servers. So in case if you are patching a production server, before patching production server, check any non-prod servers are there for the application. Check the non-prod servers whether the non-prod servers patched or not. So you cannot proceed to the production servers without patching the non-prod servers. Okay, so you have to first complete non-prod servers. You have to give some time. Okay, why? Because why we have non-prod servers? Don't know the new patch how it will behave on the production server. It might block some other things, right? So first we will patch it on the non-prod servers. We will wait for 1 week. In case of any negative impact, then we'll stop patching production servers. In case if it is good on the non-prod environment, then we'll proceed with the production servers. So yes, the answer is yes. We have to patch the lower environment first if we have such kind of environments.
Okay, so we'll go for non-prod servers also, right? In
Yes,
cab meeting.
yes, yes, yes.
So
Some
do they ask?
not all. Some
Okay.
non-prod servers like not testing UAT and all, some non-prod environment like stage and all. For to patch the stage servers also, in some organizations we need change request.
Okay, so I believe in this scenario, so the test evidences can be bypassed.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
How to implement the backward plan? You said that backward plan.
See, backup plan, generally we don't take any backup plan. Okay, we don't take any backups of databases. Why? Because imagine if the server is big, okay? If the server is big and if I have like all our big databases, 1 TB, 2 TB databases are there. To take the backup itself, it will take 2 to 3 hours. So how we can complete the patching, the whole patching in 2 to 3 hours? So that is not possible. Generally, in some organizations, again depends upon the application to application. Some people, if it is very critical server and all, they will take the backups before patching the SQL Server. But I don't think backups are going to help you in this scenario. But if you want for safe side, you can do one thing. Instead of databases backup, you can go with a system backup that is called VM snapshot. So VM snapshot, I'm not saying blindly you can go ahead for patching. If you feel that is a risky server, if you feel that is an old server, you can ask Windows team to take the VM snapshot. So it will take the backup of the whole system. Okay, whole system, whole server. It don't take much time. Hardly it will take 20 to 30 minutes to take the backup of the whole server. Okay. Then in case something goes wrong, you can ask Windows team to restore the VM snapshot. So they are going to help you to restore the VM snapshot. So this is the best plan. Okay, instead of taking individual databases backups, if the server is big, if the databases are big, it will take a lot of time to take the backups itself. Even though you took backups, for example, you took 3 hours time to take the backups. In these 3 hours, again, some more transactions will come, right? So how long you will take the backups? So that's why backups is not a good solution. Instead of that, let's go with VM snapshot backup, server level backup. That will help you out. Okay, Rajesh?
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, see, if at all any failure happens, then means again we can uninstall the patch, right?
we can uninstall the patch. We can remove the patch. So in the backout plan, we'll add that as well. We'll roll back the change. In the rollback plan, we'll add that. We'll remove the patch.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Questions?
I have a question.
Yes, Ruth.
In an organization, how do we determine between or differentiate between product and
Okay, very good
non-product
question.
environment?
Very good question. So generally depends upon the server names. Mostly in the organization, people will give different naming convention for production servers, different naming
Okay.
convention for non-prod servers. See, for example, in the last class, in the last batch, these are the servers. Okay. Can you understand anything with the name of this machine? Can you understand anything?
No.
Let me write down the name of the machine. Okay. I'm just writing down this name, this machine name. Right. So if you see here, we cannot understand. Okay. Actually, root means there is a meaning to your name. There is a meaning to my name. Okay. Like that, every name will have a meaning. Right. Your names also will have some meanings, right? So in the organization also, server names will have some meanings. So you have to understand, you have to get this knowledge from your colleagues. In some organization, they are going to name it different way. In some organization, they will name in a different way. So if you see here, if you try to understand the server name, let's differentiate like this. Okay. Right. Now IKEA is the application, and these servers are hosted in a Hyderabad data center. Hyderabad is a city. This is a location. So Hyderabad data center. This is the database server DB01, and the P is nothing but production servers. If it is stage, yes. If it is dev, D. If it is test, T. Like that, will differentiate the name. So by just using the server name, we can identify whether the server is production or non-production. In my organization, we'll follow this strategy. In the other organization, they'll follow different strategies. So that you have to get. This is called KT, knowledge transfer. This you have to understand from your new colleagues. So they will help you out. Hey, how to differentiate whether the server is a production server or non-production. Why? Because this is very important. In case unknowingly, if you restart a production server, it will create a big mess, right? So definitely, once you are into any organization, the first thing that you have to do is take the help of your colleagues. Ask them, hey, do we have any sheet that to determine which server is production or non-production? Or by using the server name, can I understand whether this is a production or non-production? Like that, you have to ask. Okay. So in some depends upon the organization, the server names will be different, but the server name will tell you whether it is a production or non-production server.
Fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Right. Okay. Chalo. Okay. So now this is the process of patching the SQL server. Just a process. We have to follow this process. Okay. Right. So now precautions. What kind of precautions we have to take before patching the SQL server? Okay. So these precautions, seriously, guys, believe me, no one even you don't find in the Google also. Why? Because these are the experiences that I have faced till now. These are all my best or worst experiences. These are all my, like, I can say, failures. Okay. So if you don't check these check-ins before patching, definitely you will face some problems. So these are all the experiences, guys. These are all the experiences. The points that I'm going to discuss now, these are all my experiences. Okay. So this is like a checklist kind of thing that you have to check before patching the SQL server, right? So first one is check how many instances are running in that machine. Okay, you can patch a new machine, you can patch an existing machine, right? Patching is a regular activity. Regularly we'll patch the SQL servers. If it is an old server, we'll apply whatever latest service packs or cumulative updates are there. If it is a new server, still we'll apply whatever latest service pack cumulative updates are there. So why we have to check how many instances are running in that machine? Why? What is the need, guys?
To identify
Why
the
other
type of
instances will impact the current patch?
the other instances are running in VM, Hyper-V.
Correct. VM, whatever it is, Hyper-V, Oracle VirtualBox, or whatever VMware. So we have to check this. Imagine if two instances are running in the same Windows machine. Imagine two instances are running in this Windows machine. For one instance, Peter is the owner. So without checking this other instance, you just took the approvals from Peter. Imagine if for other instance, if some other guy is the owner. Why? Because before patching and after patching, you have to restart the whole Windows machine. When you restart the whole Windows machine, all the instances will be restarted, right? But you only took the approvals for the Peter instance. In case if other instance is there with the other server owner, with other application, you took the approval only for Peter application. What about other application? In case if other application, if other SQL server is running, so you have to check, right? Why? Because when you restart the Windows machine, all the instances, if 2 instances are there, 20 instances are there, all the instances will be restarted. So if you take approvals from only one person, right, it will be very difficult, right? So it's not at all acceptable. So that's why before patching the SQL server itself, you have to check how many instances are running in that machine. If multiple instances are there, check whether the owner is same. Most of the cases, same owner will be there. Check whether owner is same for all the instances or not. As discussed, we will have confidence pages or spreadsheets. There you can check it. If only one instance is there, no problem. You can proceed to the next check-in. Okay. So this is the main first one that you have to check before patching, guys. How many instances are there? If you have multiple instances, take the approvals from all other owners also. Tell them, explain them. This is the situation. So we need a downtime for this particular machine to patch to the current security level. So then make sure you are getting all the approvals from other owners also. So this is the first thing that you have to check, right? And the second thing is, check how many services are up and running in that machine. Okay. Imagine, see, this is the scenario. I have 3 instances, guys. Imagine, this is the scenario. Out of 3 instances, only 2 instances are up and running. One instance is down due to some other, like customers, they don't need that instance. So someone intentionally stopped the instance. Okay. Intentionally, whatever it is, stopped the instance. Okay. So intentionally someone stopped one instance out of 3 instances. If you don't check this one before patching the SQL server, if you don't check how many SQL server services, not other services, only SQL services, check how many SQL services are up and running. Okay. So if you don't check this one, imagine if this is the scenario, after patching, definitely you will check whether all SQL services are up and running, right? After patching, you will check whether all the SQL services are up and running, right? So before patching, you didn't check this one. You didn't check how many SQL servers are there, and you didn't check how many SQL services are up and running. After patching, you check the services. One instance is showing down. So what will come in your mind, guys? First,
You will think that you have done a mistake.
correct. You might think that because of the patching only the instance is down, like that you will think,
Not
right?
running.
Right? Or else Or else Peter also, he didn't check properly how many instances are running. After patching, once you update it to Peter, Peter will check how many SQL services are running. Then he found like one instance is down. So what he will think? Definitely because of patching, one of the instances down, like that he will think, right? So this kind of confusion will be created. So that's why it's always good to take the snapshot of the services before patching the SQL server. If you go and check the services.msc, you can see all the SQL services, whether they are running or they are not running, whether they are stopped, everything you can see, right? So using a snipping tool, just take the snapshot. Why? Because we cannot remember all the services, right? How many of them are running, how many of them are not running. Take the snapshot and save it in one document until patching is going to be succeeded. In case if someone comes to you, or in case if you have a doubt whether the other instances are running or not, you will open the snapshot, you can see how many instances are running before patching. If before patching one of the instances is down, chalo, no issues. It is clearly showing one instance is down before patching itself. So that is not because of patching, right? So definitely, in case if Peter is also asking, you can share this screenshot to him so that he will also get clarity. Okay, this is because someone intentionally stopped the SQL server before patching itself. So no impact of patching on this instance. So you can talk to them directly, you can barely talk to them. But if you don't have this proof, how you can tell? Even you don't have clarity. This is because of SQL server patching or someone intentionally stopped the SQL server. If you don't have clarity, it will create a problem, right? So that's why always take the snapshot of the services that are running in that particular Windows machine, guys. It's always good to take the snapshot so that in case if something went wrong, you can simply, you will have a proof that the services are already down before patching itself. So you can talk to the people. I know a lot of cases like this. They don't check these services after patching. Again, this issue will be escalated. The application owner, the Peter will be there, right? He also don't know whether it is running before patching or not. He will simply escalate it to the management. Hey, after patching, this instance is not running. No one will have clarity whether it is running before patching or not. So always it's a good practice to take the snapshot of the services, SQL services especially, before patching. Clear, guys? Is it clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes, please.
Sir, okay.
Yes.
Here, SQL server running is okay. Up and down, how can we identify this?
Up and running means running only.
Whether it
will... Up and running means that is the terminology we will use. Up and running means that it is running or not. It's not like again up kind of thing. Nothing will be there. Okay. Up and running means running. That terminology we will use as up and running. Okay. So running means, in other words, running means up and running only. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah. Any data loss happens while patching?
Any?
Data loss happens.
Data loss? No. Not exactly. We'll discuss. Okay. Mostly there will be no data loss. Before patching the SQL server, application team will be there, right? So we'll ask the application team to stop the application. So they will stop the application until the patching is going to be completed. Okay. So if they stop the application, no data loss. Yeah.
So as we discussed in this scenario, so how do we know out of 3 servers, two are up and running and one is not running, right? So how do we check who's that guy who intentionally disabled that service?
That is not possible. That is not possible. The thing is the patching here. The question is about patching. Okay, so in the 3 hours downtime, who stopped this instance? Why he stopped? That is not our work. Okay, so as of now, this is a check that you have to perform before patching. So that you can troubleshoot it later once the patching is completed. You can check the logs and all, but that is a different thing. What you will do in case someone stopped the instance? What you will do? Generally, before stopping, there is a process. The guy will send an email to the DB team. Okay, so and so server, so and so instance, I am stopping. So in such case, you can go and check the Outlook emails. In case with the server name, we can check in the Outlook email so that you can see the previous emails and all. But nowhere it is related to the patching.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the Shenmue, what is the scenario if after patching we can see that one of the server was
That
not?
is a different case. Let's complete the patching first. Okay. How to troubleshoot will be discussed after patching. Next. Right, guys. Okay. So this is one of the check that we have to perform. Okay. So before patching the SQL server. Okay. So how many instances are up and running? One check. How many SQL services are up and running? Also one check that we have to perform, guys. Okay, fine. So now the third one is, okay, so we have to check enough free space is there or not in the C drive of the machine, not in your laptop. Okay, server. Okay, you should have enough free space in the server that you are patching. Okay, so in this scenario, I can see some 8 GB free space is there, right? I have seen few cases that patching is failed due to less free space in the C drive. Patching is failed due to less free space in the C drive. What is the reason? Any idea? Any idea? Any guess? Guess, guys. Just guess it. You can guess
Because
it.
the program files can be increased due to the update.
Close it to the answer. Close it to the answer.
Patching is downloading in the C drive only.
No,
That
no, no,
patches
no,
are
no,
installed.
no, Subbu, no, Subbu. That is not correct. You can download to some other drive. See, I am not asking because of what files the free space is like.
The patch file will be zipped, so while unzipping, it
No,
will
no,
take
no,
more space.
no, no, no. Very good point. Okay, but no.
Okay.
After unzipping, after initiating the patching itself, it will be failed. Okay. See, if there is no free space to unzip, it will fail during unzip itself, right? But after initiating the patching, it will be failed.
For installation,
No,
so for installation of the update, we need 744 MB. I think it is required.
not
No,
exactly.
no.
Not exactly. So SQL Server is nothing but collection of files, right? What kind of files will be there? Any idea what kind of files will be there? .msi files, .msp files, .dll files, .rll files, like these kind of different files will be there. .msi means Microsoft installer files. .msp means Microsoft patch files. DLL means dynamic link library files. RLL means resource link library files. Okay. Patching, these two files will play a key role, guys. During patching, during the installation, during the uninstallation, during the patching, during the upgradation, during the remove patching, these files will take the responsibility. Okay. So now there are few MS and MSP files will be copied when you patch the SQL Server. Okay. First, what it will do, you know, when you install the SQL Server, few files will be created. Okay. Some of the files will be created, MS and MSP files. When you install the SQL Server, when you are patching the SQL Server, for safe side, SQL Server will take the backup of these files in some other location, right? Why? Because if something goes wrong, you will remove the patch. If you remove the patch, you should have old files, right? So before patching, I mean to say during the patching, SQL Server will back up these files in some location. So that location is your C drive. Don't know to which location, but it is your C drive. So if you don't have enough free space in the C drive, it cannot take the backup of these files. If it cannot take the backup, it cannot proceed to patch the SQL Server. That's why if you don't have enough free space in the C drive, the patching will be failed, guys. Okay, this is the reason. So why? Because it will take the backup of old files in case if you want to remove the patching, old files also should be there, right? So it will take the backup of, say, for example, something, whatever file name it is, old.msi, old.msp. Okay. So in the new patch file, either service pack or cumulative update, something like this, something, for example, if it is something like this is one file. Imagine, okay, this is one file. So while patching, these two files will be replaced with the media that is there in the service pack or cumulative update.
Your voice is not clear.
Okay. Guys, is my audio clear? Any issues? Guys, can you hear me?
Texted. We'll wait.
Okay.
Guys, can you hear me?
Okay.
Now?
Okay. Thank
Guys, can you hear me now? Guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
Sanmukh, we are able to hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Sanmukh,
now,
can you repeat the .msi files from
yes,
that?
that's what. Now my audio, my audio is clear right now.
Repeat from the C drive is full.
Now my audio is clear, right?
.msi, .msp.
That's
C drive
okay.
is
The files are below, right?
Okay, that's okay. I'll tell guys. First, my audio is clear, right? Just confirm me that.
yes.
Yeah,
Now it is
now
good.
clear.
Okay, done. Okay, right, fine. So again, guys, okay. So when you install the SQL servers, SQL Server is a collection of some files as discussed, okay? MSI files, MSP files, DLL files, RLL files and all, okay? So in those files, MSI and MSP files are very important files. MSI means Microsoft installer files. MSP means Microsoft patch files. So when you are patching the SQL Server, the old files will be replaced with new MSI and MSP files. So while replacing, what it will do, it will take the backup of the old files for safe side. Why? Because if you remove the patch, again the old files has to be there, right? The new files has to be removed and old files has to be replaced, right? So for that, it will take the backup of the old files in C drive. So if you don't have enough free space in the C drive, it cannot take the backup of old files. So if it cannot take the backup of old files, it cannot proceed to patch the new files. So that's why the patching will be failed if you don't have enough free space in the C drive, guys. Clear?
Generally, how much of
I'll tell you. Is this clear? This will be clear, right? This is clear, right?
Yeah, Sanmukh. Yeah,
Yes,
Sanmukh. We don't want to take manually, right? While patching new patch, so automatically it will take old patch as a old backup,
yes,
correct?
this is an automatic process. So automatically it will take the backup. You don't need to take any backups. Nothing
So
to
while applying patches, old
take the
patches will
backup.
be taken
Yes,
as a backup.
Old files will be backed up.
So, okay. What is the extension? Like, okay.
No, forget about the extension, how it will save and all. Even I don't know. I never. The case is it will definitely take the backup. With what extension it will take, where it will take, we don't know. Whether it will take the backup.
Then how we come
if
to
the
know
file-
that?
See,
Okay.
why? Because
Yes, sir.
this is very simple, that in case if you remove the patch, the SQL Server won't be uninstalled, right? It has to go to the backward compatibility, right? For example, you applied SQL Server Service Pack 3 and on top of SP3 you applied CU7. If you remove CU7, it has to go to Service Pack 3. If there is no files, if there is no old files, how you can remove the patch? Logically, think logically. Definitely it will take the backup and it will keep it in one location, right? Right? Are you getting my point, guys? So it will take the backup. To which location it will take? Mostly it is going to take the backup of the files with the same location. I mean to say with the same name, guys. All these files will be backed up to different location. But to which location it will be backed up, we don't know. Okay, even you cannot see, you don't get this information also. Microsoft will maintain this information, like it cannot be public. Okay, in that way it is going to maintain the information. To which location it will take the backup, how will take the backup, what kind of extension it will use. Okay, you cannot see this. Even the Microsoft sites also, you cannot get this information. But definitely it will take the backup. And then it will keep it in one location. For that, we need we need a space in the C drive. So on an average, minimum 3 GB, at least 2 to 3 GB free space it will take to take the backup, guys. At least 2 to 3 GB it will take to take the backup. If the server is big, up to 3 GB, it will use some storage to take the backup. If the server is small, maybe 2 to 3 GB. If it is very small, maybe 1.5 to 3 GB, like that it will use this space. So in your C drive, the server that is hosting SQL Server, in this C drive, if you have less than 3 GB free space in the C drive, don't proceed for patching, guys. It will be failed. The server that you are patching, in that, if there is less free space, like less than 3 GB free space, don't proceed for patching. Why? Because as discussed, it will take the backup of the old files, right? If you don't have enough free space in the C drive, it cannot take the backup. So if it cannot take the backup, it cannot proceed to patch the SQL Server. So this is very important. Okay. So in case if you see less than 3 GB free space in the C drive and all, so what you can do, guys? What is the solution here? What is the solution here, guys?
We need to extend.
We have to free up the drive.
We cannot free up. That is a C drive,
We
right?
have to increase the
Increase
price.
price
We
size
have to
by
like
contacting the Windows team.
we have to contact the Windows team.
Storage.
They are going to take care of it. Whether they are going to extend the drive or they are going to remove some temporary files, not temporary, temporary files, whatever. They will create some free space, guys. Okay, so if you don't have enough free space in the C drive, which is less than 3 GB, don't proceed for patching. So if you find less free space in the C drive, just go to Windows team, tell them we have less free space in the C drive. There are some cases, I know. Personally, I have experienced this. 2 to 3 servers failed because of the space issue in the C drive. So you have to request the Windows team, you have to ask them. Sometimes they'll extend the drive, sometimes they'll clean up the drives. Somehow you'll get some storage, then we can proceed for patching, guys. Okay. So the third check is you have to make sure at least 3 GB free space is there or not in the C drive of the machine, not your laptop, server, Windows machine. Okay. So this is another check that we have to check before patching the SQL Server. And the fourth check is you have to see the database states, like the services we discussed, right? We discussed about the services. Imagine this database is wantedly, it is offline. Someone took this database offline, guys. Okay. Now this database is offline. Imagine I have 20 databases. Out of 20, 2 or 3 databases are offline. Imagine. If you don't check the database states before patching, after patching, what do you think? What will you think, guys? Maybe because of patching, the databases are offline. Okay. So that's why it's always good to check the states of all the databases. If you have less databases, take the screenshot. If all are online, that's fine, guys. If some of them are online, if some of them are offline, some of them are in other state, take a screenshot. If you can't take the screenshot, if you have a lot of databases, run this query or select star from sys.databases. Okay, so if you run this query, you can see all the database states and all. Okay, so you can see here it will show you online. Okay, if you see here, it is showing like online, offline, everything is showing, right? So that save this output. If you have 100 databases, we cannot take hundreds of multiple screenshots we cannot take, right? Just run this query, just save this output. Okay, and after patching, check whether all the databases are like in the same state before patching. Some of them are online, some of them are offline. So after patching, cross check again with the same kind of query so that you can see before patching if 10 databases are offline. After patching also 10 databases should be offline. It's not like again 12 databases are offline. Okay, if 12 databases are offline, so you have to cross check what are the other databases that went to offline. So you have to troubleshoot the issue, guys. So this is also one more check that before patching the SQL Server, you have to check this, how many databases are online, how many of them are offline or other state, recovery pending, some other states will be there. Just take the output of this table, select star from sys.databases, keep it in one location, save the table, and once the patching is done, again do the same thing. Once patching is done, again just take the output of this select star from sys.databases so that you can just cross check whether all the databases are in the same state before and after patching. This is also one more check, guys. Clear? Clear, guys? Check the databases states. Okay, before and after patching, you have to check this, guys. Check the databases states. Now, this is also one more check. Check the server name before and after patching. So how to get the instance name, guys? How to find the instance name in the SQL Server? What is the query? I want to see the instance name. What is the instance name here? What is the name of the instance?
At the top we have win-dpv.
Very good, right? We can see this, right? This is the name of the instance, right? So using query, how to check the instance name? What is the query to check the instance name? Select.
Host name.
Select star from.
That is Windows machine side. Okay, I am asking SQL Server instance name. Select star from
server name.
Select star from server name. Okay.
Instance.
Let's try. Let's select star from server name. Okay. Right.
Server name.
Very good. Okay. So invalid object name. There is no such kind of queries. But okay, good try. Select. We have version, right? Selected at version in the same way. Selected at server name will give you the output, guys. Okay. So output of the server. And if you execute, you can see the server name. See here, both are same or not? Same only, right? WinDPV 7Q DSA 5V2. Right? Both are same, right? Both are same. Both should be same. Both should be same, guys. I know few servers failed with this reason. What is the reason? When you run selected at server name, here it will show different name, here it will show different name. Because of the wrong server name, patching will be failed. Shanmukh, in what scenario will get that kind of situation? This is what is this, guys? What is this server name, right? How you got this server name? How you got this server name?
Host name.
As it is a default instance, as it is a default
System
instance.
host name.
So we got the same server name, right? Here. Same. As it is a default instance, it is taking computer name. So that's why we got this. Can we change the computer name, guys?
Yes, we can.
We can change the computer name. So in case if someone changes the computer name, is the instance name will be changed automatically?
No. No.
Guess, guys. If someone changes the machine name, box name, is the instance name changed automatically?
No.
No.
Answer is no. It won't be changed automatically. You have to change it. What is the query to change the instance name, guys? In case if someone changes the machine name, sp underscore, you have to first drop the old server name. Drop server name. Okay. sp underscore drop server name. Right. And to add the new server name, sp underscore add server name. New server name, something like I want to rename it as batch 52. Sorry, batch 52, comma, local. You have to write this. You have to run these two queries to fix that issue. Okay, so I'll give you an assignment. Try to change the machine name and try to fix the issue, guys. Once you change the machine name, you cannot connect with the old name. And change how to change the machine name. It's easy. Go to this PC properties. Okay, and here you can see, right, this is the machine name, right? Click on this change settings. Click on this change again. Here you can change the server name. This is the assignment I'm giving you. Very simple assignment. Very, very simple assignment. Change the server name like batch 52 or give your name, whatever it is. Okay, change the server name and then connect to the SQL instance. Check whether it is showing different names or not. If it is showing different names, run these two queries. So first you have to drop the old server name from the master database, and then you have to add the new server name so that the name will be updated. In this way, you can fix that issue. This is the assignment I'm giving you guys. Okay, try this. Very simple, very simple. And you know how to change the server name. After that, you know how to fix this one. Okay, so I know this. I have faced this actually in the organization, in my organization while patching the server. I have faced this actually. So it took around 2-3 days to troubleshoot. Everything is looking good, but still don't know where is the issue. The patching is failing. When we check the server name in the command prompt, host name, it is showing different name here and it is showing different name here. Then we get to know that because of the server name issue, patching is failing. Then we remove the old server name. Then we have added the new server name. Finally, the patching is succeeded, guys. This is one of the case. In case in the interviews, if they are asking, hey, while patching, did you face any issues till now? You have 5 years experience as a DBA. Definitely you have patched hundreds of servers. Definitely you should get one error. Have you remember any error? You can explain this error. You can explain all errors only, like patching is failing because there is no enough free space in the C drive. This also you can explain. One of the server is like failing. So when I checked all the things, everything is looking good. But later I found that there is no free space in the C drive. So that is causing the issue. Then I requested Windows team, they extended the drive. Then I patched again, so it was successful. Like that you can explain, guys. Everything is one issue. So in case if they're asking about any issues you face, you can explain, guys. Patching is failing due to wrong server name. Okay, you can explain this. Whatever we discussed till now, you can explain that. So that is also one check. You have to check the server name before and after patching. Okay, same, we have one more thing. Check the bill number before patching. Okay, so patching also will be failed due to wrong bill number. Same issue. Here it will show different bill number. When you run select at version, it will show different bill number. Okay, now it is showing 15.0.2000.5. Here also it is showing 15.0.2000.5. But I know one case that here the bill number will be different, here the bill number will be different. In what scenario that is? Can anyone tell me? In which scenario we can see that kind of difference? Actually, both same, right? But very rare cases, guys. These are all like, you don't see these kind of issues in the new servers. Maybe if you are patching 2005, 2008, if you are patching old servers, old boxes, you can see these kind of issues. Yes, someone is telling the answer. Yes. What is that? In what scenario we can see that? Someone attempted, right? So who is that?
It's me, Satish. So, like the build number, which will tell us the version of the SQL Server, right?
Okay.
The instance version. So it won't be changed. If it is changed, means the SQL Server version is, it might be changed. Like if that is currently it is 2016, it can be changed 2019. So that defines.
No, wrong answer.
Maybe patch not properly
Who is that?
installed.
Who is that?
Srinu.
Very good, Srinu. Very good, super. Correct answer. If the last patch is partially successful, guys, again we will have partial successful also. If the last patch, for example, here this is 2019, we have latest cumulative update is CU23. So maybe 1 year back you have already applied. So this came in the year of 2019, right? Maybe 4 years over. So 1 year back someone applied the patching, but it was not successful completely. Only few components are successfully updated. Few components are not updated successfully after patching. But he didn't troubleshoot that issue. He just left it as it is. It will work fine sometimes. Sometimes it will fail, guys. When you are doing a second patch, okay, when you're doing a second patch, then we'll get to know all these issues. Okay, so yes, if the last patch is partially successful, here it will show you different bill number. In the master catalog, it will show you different bill number. So what is the solution for that? Any guess? Any guess?
Again,
remove the last patching.
Very good, very good. We have to remove the old patch completely. Then we have to patch with the new update. That is the only solution we have. Okay, guys. So in case if the patching is partially successful, here it will show you different bill number. Here it will show you different bill number. That will also cause the patching failed, guys. Okay, so if it is showing different bill numbers here and here, first fix the issue. Then you can proceed with the patching. What is the how to fix the issue? Remove the old patch. Then patch with the latest update, whatever it is, service pack or cumulative update. Okay, so you can just patch your SQL Server with the latest update, guys. So this is also one checklist that you have to check before patching the SQL Server, guys. Some like you have to another checklist is like you can ask the application team, okay, to stop the application. Sometimes application team will stop the application before patching to avoid the data loss. Sometimes they don't stop it. Okay, that's okay, but still no data loss. Once the server is back, whatever data is there from the application will be committed properly in the data files and log files. Okay, so these are all the main precautions, main checklist that you have to check before patching the SQL Server, guys. These are the main things. Okay, so after patching, again the same, whatever checks, pre-checks are there, post-checks also same. Check whether all the services are up and running or not, and restart the Windows machine before patching. Okay, restart the Windows machine before patching. It's a best case. It's a recommended practice. Why? Because Windows team can do some other changes which needs a reboot. So if you don't reboot, the patching will be failed. It don't allow you to proceed. Okay, so that's why what you can do before patching itself, you have to restart the whole Windows machine, not your laptop. Okay, the Windows server you have to restart. Before and after patching, you have to restart the Windows machine, guys. For example, if you are patching SQL Server 2016 with the latest service pack and cumulative updates, how many times you have to restart the Windows machine? You are patching SQL Server 2014 with latest cumulative update, with latest service pack and cumulative update. So how many times you have to restart the Windows machine? Total?
4 times.
4 times. How? Why 4 times?
Three times.
3 times.
3 times or 4 times?
3 times.
Okay, so before patching with a service pack one time, after patching with service pack second time. Okay, so before patching service pack, we'll restart the Windows machine, right? One time. So once patching is completed with service pack, we'll again restart, right? That is second time. So once you restarted, then again we'll apply for the cumulative update, right? So that is the one. So once patching is completed, once cumulative update patching is completed, then again you will restart, right? That is the third time. So total 3 times you have to reboot the server. Okay. So before patching one, after patching with service pack, second one, after patching with CU, that is the third one. So 3 times you have to reboot, guys. Okay. Clear? Right. So these are all the main precautions, guys. Any questions till now?
Sanmukh, what about that .dll and
.dll and
RLL?
RLL, these are all the basic files. We'll get it when you install the SQL Server. Okay, so they don't create any impact while patching.
Yeah, Shanmugh, if someone removed MSI, MSP files, so what
Will be discussed after the patching. Yeah, why? Because they will ask what and all some common errors you will face during the patching. One common error that we might face after the patching or during the patching, not after, during the patching, is missing MSA and MSP files. Not, they don't delete it intentionally because of some maintenance activities and all. Some files can be missed easily. So that we can fix it using one tool called Fix MSA and MSP tool. Okay, Fix MSA MSP tool. Using this tool, we can replace the missing files and then we can fix the issue. Any other questions, guys?
I have
Yes, please.
Those files also will be taken while patching the TLL and RLL.
No.
Backup.
That's what I said. No.
Okay. Only two files.
Yes.
First two files will be taken.
Not first two files. Two types of files.
Two types of files. That's
Yeah. So it can be 20 files or 30 files with the same extension MSA and MSP file.
okay.
Yeah.
Changing the instance name, is it downtime?
Sorry, changing instance name is a downtime. You have to restart the server. Next.
What about this fix MSI, MSP tool?
We discussed one. Till now, we haven't yet completed patching the server, right? Once we
No, check the databases states you have to take the snapshot or
snapshot. That is your comfort. I told you both options. If you have less databases, you can take the snapshot. If you have more databases, I told you one query, right?
yes.
You can use that query. Chalo. Okay, so take a break, guys. Come back after 15 minutes. I'll show you how to download the patch files. Sometimes you have to download in the organization. How to download the patch files. Okay, either service pack or cumulative update, whatever. How to download the files, how to copy the files, and then how to patch the SQL Server. Okay, so will be discussed after 15 minutes, guys. Any questions, guys? Any other questions? No questions? Right, okay. Chalo, okay, so I'll show you how to download the patch. You know, right? So last time we used that website. Okay, so yeah, builds.blogspot.com. You can use this one. This one is like, this is good only. So whatever update you want to download, okay, so go to the SQL Server builds.blogspot.com directly. You can download it from the Microsoft website itself. You can simply type, okay, SQL Server 2019 CU3 like that, CU23, whatever you want to download, you can download it. Directly type that one, okay, in the Google, so that you will get a Microsoft link. So if you go to this website, here also you can see that update, okay, SQL Server 2019, you want to download CU23, right? Just click on this one. It will route you to the Microsoft website. Okay, so it will route you to the Microsoft website. Each update will have one number called KB article. Okay, every update, to identify that update, there will be a number called KB article. KB means knowledge base article. Okay, so you can also see what this KB article will do, or what this CU23 will do. You can also check if you go down, see, so known issues in this update. So in case whatever issues you are facing, okay, related to some other components like MDS services, master data services, and SQL connectivity, SQL database engine related. So fix issues in which restoring a transaction log backup to a specific point in time fails with the following error. In case if it was failing with 9003 error, so that means the solution is you have to patch the SQL server with the latest updates, guys. Okay, enable IO error. So like that, some bugs and all will be fixed as discussed earlier. Some bugs and all will be fixed using this cumulative updates or service pack, whatever updates are there. Okay, so service packs or cumulative updates will help you to fix the bugs as well as your it will help you to enhance the security of the SQL server also. So you can see this U23 can, what is the use of this U23, what kind of bugs it will fix, everything you can see in this table, guys. But again, just for an extra information, no one will ask anything on this, okay? Just it's an extra information and all. And how to download this, if you go down, you cannot see download button, right? So it will be there somewhere, it will be there, but if you don't find this, just Control F in this website, just type download. Okay, you can see this one, just hit enter, you can see now. Okay, download the latest cumulative update for SQL Server 2019. Click on this. Check, guys, from where you are downloading. You are downloading from Microsoft website. You are not downloading from blogspot.com. Okay, you are downloading from Microsoft. This website will route you to the particular Microsoft website. Okay, it will ask you to choose the language, so you can choose English language and you can just click download. So then it will start downloading, guys. Okay, right, so now it just started downloading. You can see here, just started downloading. Generally, sometimes they will ask you, right, what will be the size of any pack, service pack or cumulative update, like that they will ask you, guys. Sometimes they'll ask you what is the size of the service pack, cumulative update, whatever it is, they will ask you this kind of questions. So any service pack or cumulative update, generally it will be in the range of 500 MB to 1 GB, guys. Any service pack or cumulative update, it will be in the range of 500 MB to 1 GB, 1024 MB. So don't tell like 5 GB, 10 GB and all. Generally, updates will be in the range of 500 MB to 1000 MB, which is 1 GB. So if you see this update, 878 MB. Other updates will be like, some updates will be 400 MB, some updates will be 600 MB. So like that, mostly it will be in the range of 500 to 1000 MB, which is 1 GB, guys. Okay, not sure why it is taking time to download for 800 MB. Okay, let me reconnect to 5G, guys. Okay, so that the account will disrupt for some while, for a time. Okay, so let's reconnect. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, bro.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So it's almost downloaded, guys. So the organization also, sometimes your lead might ask you to download the service packs or cumulative updates. So this is how you can download, and you can keep it in the shared location. Okay, shared folder will be there, right? You have to copy to the shared location so that the shared path will be accessible from all the servers, guys. Always the shared path should be accessible from all the servers. We cannot directly download the updates to the server. Servers, again, they don't have internet connection, right? So you can download in your local laptop. Then that file, whatever downloaded file will be there, that you can copy to the shared location. So in the organization, like, we'll copy the file to the shared location. This shared location will be accessible from all the servers. So one more thing that you have to do before patching, guys, this is worst case I have faced earlier. Okay, if you are patching on Saturday, by Friday itself, try to copy the softwares. Okay, why? Because sometimes the only way that we can copy the softwares is shared path, right? If the shared path is not working on the server, then it's very difficult to copy the updates, guys. You cannot copy the updates through shared path only. We can copy through shared path only. It will be fast. If you are trying to copy from your local laptop to the server, it will take 7 hours, 8 hours to copy itself. If you are copying through shared path, it will take 1-2 minutes hardly. That's it. So check whether you have access to the shared path or not. Best case is on Friday itself, you can copy the files. Why? Because on Saturday, if shared path is not working, no one will help you, guys. We can write, limited resources will be there. Windows team also, they don't help you in the last minute. If there is no access to the shared path on the server that you are patching, that's it. You have to cancel the change only. Okay, so if it is on Friday, if it is not working, other team members will be there. They can give you some different shared paths, or Windows team can help you to give access to the shared path on that particular server. But if it is on Saturday, if you are trying to copy, if it is working, that's fine. If you are able to copy, that's fine. But not sure, some servers will have access to the shared path. Some servers generally they don't have access to the shared path, right? So to avoid this situation, better on Friday itself, if you copy the software, say either service packs or cumulative update, whatever it is. So on Saturday, you can straight away start the patching. Otherwise, I know one scenario that I just canceled a change window because of this issue. No shared path is working on the new server. If I ask any Windows team help, they are asking approvals. On Saturday, no one will be there to approve. So it was cancelled. I waited for 3 hours. Nothing. Windows team is not giving access to the shared path on that server. So then onwards, what I did, like before Saturday, like generally will patch the servers during weekends, guys. Weekends users won't be connected, right? Weekends, night times and all, where there will be less traffic, will patch during that time. So generally Saturdays and Sundays, less traffic will be there. So we'll patch during that time. So Saturdays and Sundays means only limited staff will be there. So that's why it's always better to copy the files, the setup files before a day of the patching, so that in case it is working day, if the shared locations and all not working, then other team people, other team members and all will help you guys. If it is Saturday and all, limited resources will be there, lot of other approvals also should be needed, right? So it will create a roadblock. Okay, so that is why best suggestion that before a day before patching the SQL Server, try to copy the softwares during the weekdays, guys. Okay, right? So now we just downloaded the cumulative update. So now you can take this copy. This is my cumulative update. In this scenario, you can right click copy and you can paste it, guys. Okay, you can right click copy. Where is that copy? You can also use Control C, Control V. Okay, you can go to the server, and then you can just on the desktop of the server, you can paste this, guys. Okay, you can paste this. I can directly do this as it is my own server, but in the organization, you cannot copy directly from your local laptop to the server. Okay, so what is the way, guys, how to copy the software? Using
Shared
The
path.
shared path.
shared question, using shared path and all will use. Okay, so to copy the files, setup files. And before patching, what you have to do? Now at 10 o'clock, now imagine what is the time now? Okay, around 9 o'clock. Yeah, exactly at 9, right? Now here, exactly at 9. So now you want to patch the SQL server, that, okay, that is there in this machine. So before patching the SQL server, send an email to the team. Okay. Why? Because while patching will restart the Windows machine, right? If you restart the Windows machine, application will be down. So in case if application is down or server is down, we'll set up automatic alerts. Okay. So imagine you are patching it from Bangalore location, and two DBAs are connected from Hyderabad location and from US location. So if you don't send an email to the team before patching, all the DBAs will get an alert. So and so server is down. So the DBA from Hyderabad location or you from US location, they will try to troubleshoot what is the issue and all. They don't know that you are patching, right? So the best practice is before patching the SQL server, send an email to application owner. In the CC, you have to include all these people, application owner like Peter, SQL DBA team, so that other DBAs will understand that you are patching, so they don't touch the SQL server until patching is going to be completed. And monitoring team, okay? Monitoring team, guys. Monitoring team will be there. They'll keep on monitoring whether services are up and running or not. They will get some alerts. So if you include the monitoring team in the mail, hey, as per the plan, as per the change request, I am patching the SQL server. So there is a downtime for this machine from 9 o'clock to night 12 o'clock. Please ignore all the alerts and I'll update once patching is successfully completed. Like this, you have to send an email to all these people so that in case if something like in case if any alerts are coming, other DBAs, they don't touch the machine. If you don't let them know, other DBAs will try to troubleshoot. So it might corrupt the instance. Why? Because you know that you are patching. So it will reboot multiple times during the patching. Other DBA team, they will try to troubleshoot. They will also start from their end to start the SQL. They will also start the SQL from their end. So this can corrupt the instance. So that's why always it's good to send an email before patching. After patching also, you can send an email to the same people. You can reply this email, hey, the patching is successfully completed. Hey, Peter, patching is successfully completed and so server. Please check and validate whether everything is looking good or not from application side. Once Peter validated, then you can close the change request. This is the cycle of the change request, guys.
Sanmu,
Yes.
any change activity, we will keep the server in so that alert will not be triggered. Right?
Depends
that
upon
also possible.
some people will have that system suppressing the alerts, right? You are talking.
Yeah.
Suppressing the
and
alerts.
in maintenance
Some
mode
organization, yeah, some organization they can suppress the alerts. In change window itself, there is an option called suppress the alerts, so that during the change they don't get any alerts. Some organization they can use this feature. In case if some organization there is no such feature, again, of course, it's always good to send an email to all the people, right? So that everyone will aware of this, there is a change, right? So that's why you can still request monitoring team to suppress the alerts for a while, or we will have some third-party tools we can add the server so that it will suppress all the alerts until the time frame, whatever time frame you will give, that also possible.
In ServiceNow itself, we suppressing the
not
alerts.
all.
Yeah, we have.
Again, ServiceNow, there is a different ServiceNow in your organization. My organization, there is a different. I mean, customization is there. If you are paying extra money, you might get that feature. suppressing alerts and all.
Okay.
But not in every organization can see that option. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Right. Chalo. So now the service pack is, sorry, cumulative update is copied, guys. Either service pack or cumulative update or whatever update is, the process is same. Shanmukh, you just shown me how to patch with CU, but can you show me how to patch with SQL Server? Same process as it is, point to point, everything is same. Instead of cumulative update file, you can see service pack file. That's it. Only the file will be changed. The remaining everything, every process is same. Okay, right. So now this is my setup file. This is my cumulative update file. Okay, so right click, run as administrator. Patching is very easy, guys. Okay, so next patch it. That's it. It's very simple, but the process you have to understand. Patching is easy only, but you have to complete this using the process, right? Process is very important as a professional. How to patch the SQL Server, everyone knows. But in the interview, if you are explaining with the process, you will be impressed. Why? Because professionals always follow the process, guys. Okay, so that's why I always try to explain the answers with the process in the interviews, so that you can save some time, you can kill some time, and you will also get some less questions. And if you're explaining the process, they don't stop you. Why? Because, okay, this guy is having like knowledge in the process and all, in terms of process and all. So it's always good to explain the answers with the process in the interview, guys. Okay, habituate. So we are going to discuss, right? We are discussing the process for each and everything, the patching process. Initially, we discussed about the installation process like this. Wherever there is a need, I'll explain the process, guys. Okay. So now it is like what I can say, unzipping the file. Okay, once this is done, then automatically, like, we can see a setup file, a window you can see, guys. Okay, window will open.
Oh boy.
Big question, can I patch multiple instances at the same time?
No.
Are you sure?
Sure.
I think so.
The process might be getting conflicted.
How come? How come it will be conflicted? I'll tell you the answer. Okay.
You might have different versions of instances in there.
Yeah, different versions. Okay, fine. Right. Okay. So it will open the setup file. You can see install a SQL Server 2019 update. Okay, setup file. I accept the license terms. Next. Here, yes, please. Okay, fine. So now, if you see here, imagine if I have two instances in this machine, I can see all the two instances in this list. Okay, I can see two instances. If three instances are there with the same version. Okay, guys, 1 minute. Right, okay. Fine. So imagine if I have three 2019 instances. One is default instance, second one is named instance, third one is again named instance. I can see all three instances in this list. If it is different version, I cannot see. But if it is same version, if all three instances are from same version, I can see these three instances in this list. If you want to patch all three, you can select all three like this. This is for default instance, right? Batch 52, one more box will be there, you can select it. I mean to say already it will be selected. If you don't want to patch at a time, you can unselect it so that it don't patch. Getting my point, guys? The answer is you can patch all the instances at a time if they are from same version. Okay, so you can see this kind of window and you can see all the instances in this list. Okay, and if you want to patch all instances, you can select all the instances. By default, it will be selected. If you want to skip any of the instance, you can unselect that instance from that list, guys. Are you getting the point, guys? Clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So
will all the instances, even if they are different with different versions, will be listed here?
Yes. If it is different instance, you cannot see in this list.
Okay.
If it is from same instance, same version, you can see in this list.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So imagine if 3 instances are there, you are able to select 2 instances, but third instance you are not able to select. What might be the reason?
It is a different version of SQL Server.
Maybe it's
Yes, now we discussed. Okay. Yeah, someone said right. Correct answer. Maybe if it's already updated with the same level, so we cannot select that instance, guys. Okay, very simple thing. If it's already updated, it don't allow you to select or unselect. Okay. Chalo. So in this section, you can see multiple instances. If you have multiple instances, the instances will be listed out in this section. So you can either check or uncheck based on the approvals, based on the if customer is okay, you can patch all the instances at a time. Okay, so now I am selecting default instance. I have only one instance in this machine, right? I am selecting that one. Go to next. It will check any files are in use. Even though files are in use, no problem. Why? Because we took the proper downtime approvals. We can simply proceed to patch the SQL Server. It will simply check any files are is in use. Even though if you see some files are sometimes you can see SSMS and all, but that's okay. You can proceed. Okay, even though files are in use, still you can proceed. You don't create any problem, guys. It will simply create a report. Sometimes if you are doing regularly, you will simply skip it. Why? Because whether files are is in use or not in use, no issues for us. We can still proceed. Okay, so let's wait for a while. So it will show you the list of the files in case if any of them are using. Right? If not, you can see a blank table and you can proceed to next. Right, okay, mmc.exe, that's okay. Microsoft Management Console, so no issues. Okay, you can proceed to next. Right. So now you can see again, I told you, right, this window will prepare a query. What is the query, guys? Action is equal to patch, you can see. So it will start with this action is equal to patch, what and all features it is going to patch it. You can see the features, okay, and shared features, everything you can see here, right? So you can just click on update button. That's it, guys. So in this way, you can patch the SQL Server. See, very simple to patch, guys. Next patch. Nothing will select. In case if you have multiple instances based on the requirements, we'll select the instances or we'll unselect the instances. But the process is easy. I mean to say, installation and patching process is easy, guys. But again, as discussed earlier, you have to follow the checklist before patching. For the successful patching, whatever things we discussed, everything you have to check it, and then you can proceed to patch the SQL servers, guys. Okay, So it don't take much time as we are having, okay, as this is a small server, it don't take much time. You can see here currently it is running with 15.0.2000.5, right? Once patching is successfully completed, then the number will be upgraded to 4.335.1, guys. Okay, so let's wait for a while. Once this is successfully completed, then I can show you that number as well. See, SQL Server stopped automatically. During the patching, I told you, right? SQL Server will restart multiple times. You can see here. Currently it was stopped. You can see red stop button. Okay, so let's wait for a while. Once this is successfully completed, then I'll show you the number, bill number and all will be changed. And okay, so try to patch the SQL Server, guys, by next class. Try to patch it, okay, so that it's easy only, don't take much time. Okay, just try to patch it. So this is the assignment, guys.
Do you ISO? We don't. We I cannot copy and paste in we.
In case if you are not able to connect using RDP, some of you are not able to connect, not able to use RDP feature, right? Check whether you are getting internet or not in your server. If you enable the internet settings, you will get the internet. Directly download from the internet edge. Okay.
Inside
Sorry.
In VM.
Yes, in VM.
Sorry. I'm not services. Already I did.
You have enabled all the network settings?
Not getting. As per that video, I have enabled all those things.
You have to get the internet
that
settings,
class.
or at least RDP feature has to support. Then only you can copy, or you can download. Otherwise, again, it will be difficult process. Again, you have to convert the exe file to ISO. Okay, so you downloaded a ESV file, right? So, for example, if both are not working, you downloaded exe file. So, using some online converters, you can convert .exe file to ISO file. Once it was converted to ISO file, you can directly go and attach in the machine storage settings.
Okay, that is.
Yeah.
That will.
Yeah.
And more question.
Yes.
This is regarding actually in Oracle and all DBA we two RFS and BAU. So as a DBA, we Oracle core DBA we manage, but creation will be part of RFS, right? It's created DB, it will handle BAU, right? So like that, have any concept in Microsoft?
1 minute, just 1 minute. Let me change my network. Not sure whether your voice is breaking or something went wrong. I'm changing my network. Okay, so just a minute. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, in Oracle, database side, Oracle DBA, we have two parts like RFS and BAU services.
Okay.
Correct. In
Okay.
RFS, usually RFS will create the DB, all the settings, then it will hand over to BAU. So we will take handover from RFS team. So like that,
No, we
any
don't have,
concept is
no,
there?
no, no. There is no such concept in the
Oh,
system.
we only create, we only
Yes,
manage. Correct.
we'll only create, yes. In some
DBA only create,
organizations,
DBA
yeah,
only manage.
correct. In some organizations, okay, there are different teams like engineering team, operations team. So engineering team is responsible for configuring and setting up the things like installations, setting up HADR kind of stuff. Engineering team will take care. Operations team will take care regular activities. Okay, whatever issues that are coming on the database side. Okay, so they are going to take care of the operation side. In some organizations, I'm not saying every organization. So most of the organization, 80% is as a DBA, we have to install, we have to maintain the whole software. It's not like different team will install and different team is going to maintain. 80% is. But a 20% is generally in some organizations, they will have separate team to install and separate team to manage the configurations, to manage the backend and all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more question.
Yes.
Stage server means it is prod or else non-prod server?
Stage itself is a prod, non-prod server. I'm sorry. Stage, test, dev, UAT, all are non-prod server. Prod
See,
means
stage,
only prod server.
yeah, okay. Stage where it comes before that
Before
production.
before the correct, you are correct. Before the production is called your stage. Pre-prod, you can call
Pre-prod.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next to stage is your production server. Like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, right? So imagine if level 4 is the production, level 3 is the stage server.
Okay, got it.
So how many of you are going to Ahmedabad, guys?
What, bro?
Anyone close to Ahmedabad? No one?
Tomorrow class is there.
Otherwise, we'll go now.
No, let's have class in the morning, but not in the evening, please.
No, sir, that is not possible. That is not possible.
Because it's a final match, we cannot concentrate on both.
Even I cannot, but still. Why? Because we already took the off in the last week. If there is no off in the last week, Diwali off, then definitely we can take a holiday tomorrow. But we are already like pending with lot of things. By this time, actually, this is the 5th week, guys. This is the 5th week
Yes.
actually, right? So we are still lagging with many topics. So that's why I cannot give a holiday tomorrow.
Yeah, but I was thinking, even if still we have a class, our mind will be into the TV screen.
I know.
Mind present, body absent.
Correct. I know a lot of people will connect just for the purpose. I mean, like for the sake of name, but still they will keep watching match in the another screen. But still, we don't have choice. We have to continue only.
No problem.
Yeah. So it's going to be completed in a while, guys. Once this is done, okay, I'll show you the bill numbers, the updated bill numbers. Then we'll close the session for now. Tomorrow I'll show you the challenges of patching and how to remove the patching in the morning class. Okay. Right, okay. So you can see, right? So if you see this warning, if you see this information message, one or more affected files have operations pending. You must restart your computer after the setup process is completed. So after the patching also, you have to restart the machine, guys. You have to restart the computer. Computer means not your laptop again, okay? The machine that you just patched, okay? And make sure all the components are successfully patched. This is very important. If any one component is failed to patch, that is called partially successful. If you see mainly like database engine service, okay? So it should be successful, guys. In some cases, all the other components will be succeeded, but database engine will be failed. That means patching is not done, not completed successfully. Okay, so that you have to again patch the SQL Server after fixing the issue. So where we can see in case of any patching issues, patching related errors, what exactly it was failed, where we can see, guys, during the installation, I told you one file. What is that file, guys?
Summary.txt.
Summary.txt. You can see here, this information will be stored in this summary.txt file. Okay, you can see here final result, passed but reboot required. Okay, so in case if it was failed, you have to check this file. Why, what component failed to update, everything will be listed here. If you don't see this, where we can see, guys, after summary.txt file, what is the other file will help us to find the logs?
Detail.
Very good. Detail.txt file will help you to find the logs. Okay, so this will continue tomorrow, guys. Okay, so now this is how you have to check whether everything is patched successfully or not. Even if one component is failed, that means SQL Server is patched partially. The patching is partially successful, not completely successful, guys. Again, you have to remove and patch the SQL Server. Okay, now just close this window. You can see, right, 2000.5. You can see right here, just 2000 and RTM, you can see, right? Now let me refresh. See here, it was changed to 4335.1. And if you see here, 2019 RTM, it is showing, right? Now let me run selected version. Now if you see here, 2019 RTM CU23, and you can see the KB article 50303333, and you can also see the same build number 150435.1, 150435.1. This is how we have to verify whether SQL Server is successfully patched or not. Okay. Fine. Questions, guys? Okay, chalo. So that's it for now.
Small
Yes.
doubt. It's a small doubt. Once we are working in SQL Server right now, how can we log out at? I think when we can we have done work. So
see,
we can disconnect the server. Or...
In the last week itself, we have discussed this one: log off, sign out, disconnect.
No, that's okay. But once how we disconnect this SQL Server, like in this window.
See, once your work is completed, you can directly close the management studio. Okay. In case if you are executing any queries, you cannot close it. But if the execution is completed and you don't want to do anything in the management studio, you can directly close the management studio. While closing, just now you can see one pop-up, right? Yes or no, means do you want me to save the queries? Okay, if you want to save the queries, you can click yes and you can give some path, it will be stored and it will be closed. If you don't want to save the queries, you can click on no. Once you close the SSMS, you can directly log off from the server in the organization. Now you can stop the shutdown the server. Now the work is completed, right? Now nothing is there to discuss. So I can shut down the server. Again, tomorrow morning, I'll start the server. If you want to log off, you can see this, there is a button, okay? You can see sign out using GUI, or you can simply open run, you can type log off in the organization.
Okay, bro. Okay. SSMS logout is
directly you can directly close it. You can, guys, nothing will happen if you disconnect SSMS. If you close SSMS, in case if you are running any statements, the statement will be killed. Are you getting my point, guys? If you are running any
Okay.
statement and if you are trying to close management studio, the statement will be killed and it will go to rollback state. But if you executed the queries, for example, you are executing an insert query since 1 hour, suddenly you close the SSMS, that insert query will be rollbacked. Okay, so if you are executing, if any queries are still running, don't close it. Wait until it is going to be completed. Or else you can simply disconnect here. Okay, you can simply directly disconnect here. If nothing is running, you can close the SSMS, guys. Like a normal application, you can close the SSMS.
Okay.
I mean to say, if you are not running anything, you can close it, not others.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
small out sequels. SSMS only. Okay.
Yes, no problem. Okay. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Tomorrow we'll connect at morning 7 a.m. IST. Okay, thank you. Bye. Good night. Good day.
Bye, bro.
Bye, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can you send the rough notes?
Which one?
Rough notes.
Rough notes. Okay. Just 1 minute. Control C. Control V. Here we have discussed it, right? Okay. From here I have to send lot of insert Control C, meeting grid chart, Control V array. It's still showing long. Control C, Control V, enter. And Control C. Control C. Done. Okay. Fine, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Just a second, I'm copying.
Yeah, okay, you can copy.
Okay.
Yes, sir.